Good morning. Good morning. I'd like to welcome you to the Saturday morning Akana information call. We are excited to have you here. My name is Michael Newsome, and I will be your host today. And I am trying to get my technology squared away here. Hold on. Share my screen. There we go. So again, welcome to our Saturday presentation call. My name is Michael Newsome. They call me Diamond Mike, Coach Mike. And today we're going to be talking about blood types and blue zones. And just a little bit about myself. I am the owner of Blue Moon Health and Wellness located in Richmond, Virginia. I'm a HIPAA certified wellness coach. I am a certified nutrition coach, and I am a founding level distributor with the Akana Corporation. And I owe this company so much to be able to that they started me on my health and wellness journey, and I'm just so honored to be able to connect with this company and be able to work with them and spread the message of health and wellness throughout the country. Akana is a very interesting name. It means in the hands of God. And just a little bit of background on the company. They were launched in 2019 by 4 African-American women, and they have such a tremendous and amazing origin story. I'm not going to go into it today, but they founded this company in the middle of the pandemic in the South Side of Chicago. And almost 6 years later, the company is growing and thriving. We have a diverse line of wellness and weight management products. We've introduced the products to more than 30,000 customers across the country. Our flagship product, the Flat Belly Lifestyle, is changing lives all across the country. And the company's community-minded, and we reinvest 1% of our company profits into underserved communities. And we pride ourselves on providing 5-star customer service. So today we're going to talk about blood types and blue zones, but let's identify the problem. The problem in the United States, as defined by our CEO, Melissa Boston, is a problem called suicide. We are digging our graves with our fork. And what you're seeing on this slide right here is what it represents is choices that we're making as a society. We can either make choices to consume the original diet, foods that our bodies recognize as food and as nutrition and that we can grow and thrive on, that's healthy, or we can consume what's called the new diet or the standard American diet, which is really grown across the world, which consists of fake food, junk food, food that has no nutritional value. So today we're going to talk about not what happens when we make good choices with the original diet, but we're going to talk a lot today about what are the challenges that are created by suicide, by suicide, by utilizing the new standard American diet. In one of our previous presentations, we have a clip from one of the doctors that says, we're looking for the cause of high blood pressure. We're looking for the cause of heart disease. We're looking for the cause of diabetes. And what he sums it all up with is, it's the food. It's what we put into our systems that matters. So we're going to talk today about what's happening based on what we're putting into our systems. As you can look around and really see, it's creating a health crisis. And it says we're ignoring it, but we can't ignore it because it's manifests itself in heart disease, cancer, diabetes, childhood diabetes, and resulting in shortened lifespan because of the food that we're eating. The silent killer, known as cardiovascular disease, it's affected over 700,000 people annually from this disease. And this statistic is from 2020. And if you go and do the research and look at 2023 to 2023, 24, the numbers really haven't changed much. With all of the knowledge, all the information, and all the technology that we have, we're still suffering from the silent killer. About 1 in 5 heart attacks are silent. Damage is done, and people aren't even aware of it. And that's according to the CDC. And even more evidence of what's going on around us is that the signs are that the symptoms are trending younger. An alarming number of our 14 to 19-year-olds are showing signs of 40% blocked arteries. So it's not just theoretical. We can see it. It's in the evidence. It's in the science. The science is showing it. And as an African American, do you know what the significance is of being age 45? Let me show you. You are 2 times more likely to die from the silent killer, from heart disease. So what is the silent killer? What is cardiovascular disease? It's the scientific name of it is called atherosclerosis. And what that is the progressive blocking of your arteries. As you can see on the left, where you've got a clear, healthy artery, the outer wall, which is called the endothelium, is clear. There's no buildup. But over time, and the more that we eat the wrong types of foods, we start having a buildup of what's called plaque, which is fatty deposits in our arteries, which blocks the blood flow. So as you can see, progressively, it's getting worse and worse till you get to the last stage, which is a blocked artery, which causes heart attacks. When blood cannot flow through your system, it's going to damage your heart, and the end result is a heart attack. And that's what we're trying to prevent. So the company has a vision. The vision is a world where everyone has access to nutrition and resources, and where they need to thrive, creating healthier and more resilient communities. Through personalized wellness for your blood type, you'll be hearing a lot today about eating to your blood type. We're breaking the cycles of disease and poverty, empowering families to build a legacy of health and prosperity for generations to come. So let's talk about some of the reasons why these things are impacting our communities. 5 key reasons. 1, lack of understanding of blood types. I said, you're going to be hearing a lot about that today, and you probably were introduced to that concept before you got here today. So we're going to take it a little bit further and go into a little bit more detail. Our company is committed to helping 1 million families learn their blood type. We have a campaign going right now. We have systems in place, and we're going out and educating and sharing information on what it means to know your blood type and the consequences of not knowing this information. So little background, little education. There are 4 types of blood types: A, B, O, and AB. And if you know your blood type, go ahead and drop it in the chat. CC will monitor the chat, and she'll let us know what we come up with. If me personally, I'm a blood type O, and your blood type is important. This information is important because it's a powerful genetic fingerprint that identifies you as surely as your DNA. Your DNA is unique to you, so is your blood type, and so are the characteristics of your blood type. So let's break these down a little bit. Let me give you a little bit of background on what are the characteristics of each one of these blood types. If you're blood type A, chances are that your ancestors were agrarian, which means that you are nature's vegetarians. You ancestors were probably farmers, and you thrive on farming and cooperative living. If you're blood type B, which stands for balance, your ancestors adapted to harsh climates and diverse populations. If you're blood type O, that's the oldest blood type, and your ancestors evolved as hunters and gatherers with strong survival instincts and a fierce, strong immune system. AB is the newest, youngest blood type. It's the modern, it's the rarest blood type, and it results as the emerging of the union of type A and type B blood types as we intermingled and spread across the globe. So your blood type is the key to unlocking your body's nutritional blueprint. And like I said earlier, it's a very important determinant of how your body reacts with foods. It's a very specific marker on how your body reacts and how you can manage your health. You see on the image on the left, the person, we got the grain, and you're looking at the internal functions. When you're eating to your blood type and you're processing foods properly, they flow through your system, and your body absorbs nutrition as necessary and then eliminates properly. When you don't eat to your blood type, it interacts with your body. It causes you to not process the food properly. It causes inflammation. It causes digestive problems, and it causes weight gain. So by not knowing the types of foods that are consistent with your blood types, they're definitely going to have a challenge. You're going to have a challenge with managing things like your weight. And one of the biggest issues that people have today is managing obesity. Also, as a result of not eating your blood type, and based on eating foods, your immune system is triggered by the foods that you eat. When the foods that you eat have what's called a protein called lectins in it. And when your body's immune system is working properly and it's processing the foods properly, it fights off 95% of these proteins that cause inflammation in your body. But when you overwhelm your system with foods that they shouldn't be eating, that 5% gets into your bloodstream, and where they react with your system, they cause inflammation, and they destroy your red and white blood cells. So it's important to know the foods that are consistent with your body type, your blood type, so that you can function at optimum health. So let's look at some of the foods that you should and should not eat based on your blood type. We have an extensive list of data that will show you how to eat to your blood type. As you can see, there was a book released in 1996 by Dr. Peter J. Diamo, Eat Right for Your Blood Type. And he's written multiple books, actually. And within these books, diets, exercise, many different components of what it means to eat to your blood type. So we're not just giving you information that we thought of. This is research data. And this actually goes back 2 generations. Dr. Peter J. Diamo built on the work of his father. They're both naturopaths, and his father started the research with his clients, and his son Peter built on it. So as you can see, they broke it down by various blood types. Let's look at them. If you're blood type A, tomatoes, bananas, meat products, potatoes, and shrimp, they're not your friend. They cause that inflammatory reaction in your body. If you're blood type B, I hate to be the one to break the news to you, but chicken is not your friend. Chicken, avocados, black beans, shrimp, shellfish, all those things cause that inflammatory reaction in your body. And I coach people, and one of the things that they tell me is like, I'm eating healthy and all I eat is chicken and fish. Well, what's your blood type? Well, I'm a blood type B. Well, you're trying. I'll give you an A for effort, but because you didn't have that piece of information, you're actually working against your blood type. You're actually working against your own goals. And once we make those adjustments, they have amazing results. If you're blood type O, people like myself, catfish, avocados, oranges, white wine, and cashews are not good for you. They cause that reaction. And then the AB blood type, which is the combination, you can see how they are both intermingled. Chicken, bananas, black beans, avocados, and shrimp cause that inflammatory reaction in your body. So get back with the person who invited you here, because they have tons of information. We're using technology, and if you're one of my guests today, we have and actually all our representatives have access to a survey that you can fill out that will give you a lot of insights into eating to your blood type and some things that you should make you can adjust in your diet to achieve maximum health. And that that tool is phenomenal. So I definitely suggest you take that survey.
Hey,
So,
Mike.
yes.
Oh, never mind. You're about to do it.
Okay. So, uh, learn your blood type. So this is presented as a question, learn your blood type, but I always like to rephrase it as a statement, learn your blood type, because you can see how important it is.
Yes. And before we go on, can I just say everyone who put in the chat, they're all O's. They have
Really?
all O's. Yes.
That's amazing. Okay. Well, we're we're the old souls here today. We're the blood type
Oh,
O.
we got one B that just popped up.
All
Oh, and
right.
one A.
There you go. There you go. Well, I guess, and there's no ABs, which is the rarest blood type. So we don't have any of those unique rare ABs today. So this is kind of, symptomatic of what you see in society. O is the oldest and the most prevalent blood type. And then you have your A's and your B's, and then your ABs, which is the rare. So we are representative of society today. But what we were talking about was knowing your blood type and what that does. It gives you the power to make better decisions for you and your family and break the cycle of generational sickness and disease. A lot of times we fall prey to saying, well, my mama had it, my grandmama had it, so I got it. But if we eat the way grandmama ate, we eat the way great grandmama ate, we're going to have the same results. And in some cases, you may not have to go back too many generations, because if you go back too many generations, the food was different. The food was cleaner. The food was fresher. The food came from nature. But probably after maybe World War II, when we started really going into a processed food generation, that's when a lot of these things start showing up. So again, why is it important that you know your blood type? Because guess what? If you go to the doctor and they give you the wrong blood type, guess what? It could kill you. Now, of course, medicine takes preventative measures to make sure that they don't do these things, but you need to know because of the differences within the blood types, each one cannot be a donor for everyone. So a blood type O is the universal donor. You can give to everyone, but you cannot receive. You can only receive from another O. And there's different combinations that you can do and that you cannot do. So it's important that you know what your blood type is. And what my personal experience was when I went to my doctor and asked that question, they didn't even have it in my file. Now, if you've had some type of surgery, chances are they will have it. But I hadn't had any type of surgery and it wasn't in my file. And they wanted to charge me, a exorbitant amount of money to do the test. And then I had just become connected with Akana, and I realized that I could do it myself. And we'll show you how to do it yourself in a minute. Again, not only not knowing your blood type can harm you, if you continue eating the wrong foods against your blood type, our bodies are such a magnificent organism, a magnificent machine. It's hard to kill the human body. It takes a long time, but you don't want to be doing that incrementally over time. You want to be building generational health and not breaking yourself down over time. So eating the wrong foods could be killing you very slowly. So why are we just learning that the foods impact your blood type, that are causing issues with your cells and with your body? Why are we just getting this information? We saw the book back in 1996, and the history and the research goes back further than that. Is because in a lot of cases, this information isn't shared in medical school because it's not being promoted by big pharma. And the culture in the United States is not prevention, but it's more on the cure. So instead of us trying to prevent sickness and disease from occurring, the American medical system is based on, trying to fix it after it's already been broken. So I'd rather not be broken than have to be fixed after I'm broken. So unfortunately, a lot of these decisions are driven by 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 the profit motive, by the bottom line. And Oftentimes, big business incentivizes profits over people. And these are some examples historically of products that have been brought to market that are harmful to people, but have made billions and billions and trillions of dollars for these corporations. Cigarettes, you can go back to 50s and 60s and see commercials and TV shows where doctors are smoking cigarettes, where like it's, like they're eating a piece of candy. Uh, and it's accepted, it was accepted at that time. Then you move into trans fats that was placed into the foods that we thought was going to be, a good food preservative, but ends up being something that's clogging our arteries. Now we're dealing with cell phones. People have earbuds in their ears, and they have the cell phones in their ears for extended period of time, and the radiation that's being given off by these devices are having an impact on our body and on our brains. The rate of brain cancer and illnesses have increased since the introduction of cell phones into our culture. And we're looking at GMOs, genetically modified organisms. We showed the fresh food at the beginning of the presentation, but we pray that that food wasn't genetically modified, because what looks good isn't always good for you, because they grow food now and they actually genetically modify the genes and make something else. Now, their intentions are good. The farmers are doing it to be able to increase more products and get more food to the market and preserve longer, but they're altering the foods that's having an impact on our body. And you have to look at the codes now. You have to be real careful, because they used to code GMO foods. It used to be a number 8 on the label, but they've removed that. And they kept the number 9 on the food labels so that that it's an organic product, but the 8 they've taken away. They've renamed it to be bioengineered. So be careful of bioengineered food. And an example of bioengineered food is grapes and watermelons. When we were probably, those who are in my age group grew up eating watermelons with seeds and having seed spitting contests, and same thing with grapes. But now you're hard pressed to find grapes with seeds in it, watermelons with seeds in it, because those have been genetically modified. And there's a whole story behind that, but we'll get into that another time. And then probably the king of all products that connect to profits over people is the milk campaign. Got milk. Milk does the body good. You guys, it's probably one of the most famous ad campaigns in the world. But guess what? Cow milk isn't designed for human beings.
Great precursor to what we're
So when you're drinking, human beings are the only species that drinks the milk of another species. And it causes all kinds of issues in your body. Inflammation, it causes mucus, causes parasites. So dairy products are not designed for human beings. So what culture has adopted the blood type philosophy? Japan. Japan is one of the countries who has adopted the blood type philosophy, and as a result, guess what? Japan is the #1 country for life expectancy in the world at 84.6 years old. The United States, our country, the most technologically advanced country in the world, is 50th, with the average lifespan of Americans being 76 years old. And if you apply that to African Americans, you can take 5 years off of that, and we're at 71. So again, the evidence is right in front of us. So by following the blood type diet, the evidence shows that people have achieved positive improvements by adhering to the practices and the protocols that we've put in place. You can protect yourself from common viruses and diseases and take a stand against life-threatening issues. We can achieve ideal weight, slow the aging process, and cleanse your body of those lectins and toxins and unhealthy fats by eating foods that's consistent with your blood type. Again, I like to compare it to putting premium fuel into a premium automobile. If you put regular gas into a premium automobile, guess what? It's gonna sputter, it's gonna shake, it's not gonna perform right, and because you put the wrong fuel in the system. So we've got with the message that we're getting out today, and that our team is getting out across the country, is you need the right fuel in your system. So number two, so we talked about a lot about eating to your blood type as an issue in our community, but also there's dangerous levels of oxidation. And researchers identified that one of the most important contributors to heart disease, wrinkles, cancer, arthritis, and many other problems with getting older is oxidation. And oxidation basically is just the aging process. It's the breakdown of your body over time. And how do you manage and how do you deal with oxidation? You deal with it through antioxidants. How do you deal with oxidations? You deal with you consume antioxidants. How do you slow down aging? You consume antioxidants. Fruits and vegetables, non-GMO, are loaded with plant compounds called phytonutrients, which have the antioxidant abilities, which basically oxidation creates what's called free radicals, and these free radicals bounce around your body, damaging your cells. But the antioxidants and they grab these free radicals and they flush them out of your system. So you want to get these phytonutrients into your system to be able to disable those cancer-causing substances and those oxidation substances and get them out of your body. And you see within this image, things like dark chocolate. If you like sweets and chocolate, go with dark chocolate. Broccoli and nuts and fruits, things from nature that are designed to deal with those free radicals and slow down that oxidation process. Number three, another issue that we're dealing with in our society is omega-3 deficiency. And omega-3 deficiency is something that we have to have, an essential nutrient that we have to have in our system. And when we don't have, and as a result of the society-wide deficiency in omega-3, we're seeing it show up in things like cardiovascular disease, cognitive decline, which is Alzheimer and dementia, chronic inflammation, metabolic health, weight gain, obesity, metabolic syndrome, which is diabetes, and liver issues, contributes to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which can progress to your liver and in the form of cirrhosis or liver cancer. I'm one of those coaches that we'll talk about in a little bit, a bioscanner, and one of the most prevalent things that I see when we scan people is that they have fatty liver. And when you talk to people about fatty liver, traditionally that kind of and cirrhosis of the liver, that makes you think about people who are heavy drinkers. And that used to be the primary cause of cirrhosis of the liver. But now the trend has shifted, that it's now the food that's causing the liver to overwork and become and not process food properly and move into that fatty liver and cirrhosis mode. So that's also a part of omega-3 deficiency. Weakened immunofunction, part of what COVID was immunodeficiency. And, you go back and connect the dots, immunodeficiency, omega-3 deficiency. Bone health, increases in osteoporosis, leading to fractures and additional risks in older adults, falls, those things can be devastating as you get older because of an omega-3 deficiency. And let's talk a little bit about gut health. Your gut is really like the brain of your body. And gut your gut, your internal system, 70% of your immune system is in your gut, your microbiome. They've done tremendous amounts of studies called the microbiome study to identify, issues that's going on in your gut, because there's so many processes that flow through your digestive system. And when you don't have a healthy digestive system, that leads to weakened immune system, malabsorption, nutritional deficiencies, inflammation, skin problems, mental health challenges, weight management, hormonal imbalances, and autoimmune conditions. All these things arise when our diet includes improper food choices and we don't have the proper omega-3s, the proper fiber, proper probiotics, and prebiotics. All these things work together to cause a lot of the issues that we're seeing in society today. And number 5, parasites. Now, none of us want to see these little creatures within our system, but guess what? They're there. Chances are, if you consume animal protein, you're going to have parasites. And, those guys live in your system rent-free. And sometimes they direct traffic. Sometimes when those parasites get hungry, guess what? You have a craving. You may say, man, I sure want some potato chips. Guess what? That's that parasite saying, I want some salt. Oh, I want some, I need a candy bar. Guess what? That's parasite sending signals saying they want some sugar. So we need to deal with the parasite invasion that's going on in our body. They've done studies, they've done autopsies, and they found these parasites have overwhelmed some people's system, and they've even made their way to the brain. So we have to address the issue through our diet and through our nutritional process, because again, parasites lead to chronic infection and inflammation, which leads to heart disease, chronic fatigue, all the issues that we see every day, that we're dealing with every day, fatigue, autoimmune, all these things are present in as a result of things we've been talking about and the parasites. And we have an answer for that. So, what is the solution? At the very beginning, I said we're going to talk about some of the results of making those bad choices between the healthy fruits and vegetables and the cheeseburgers and the French fries. So we just went through that and talked about what we know, what we see in society every day. People overweight, people dealing with diabetes, people dealing with kidney issues, people dealing with dementia. All those are a result of those choices that we talked about when you deal with the standard American diet. So why are we here today? Because we want to be able to offer solutions. We want to educate you on the problems, which we just did, but there is a way out. We have 5 steps to generational health. So we're going to talk a little bit about some solutions, some products, and the products that we're going to share with you are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information provided is for informational purposes and is not intended as a substitute for advice from your physician. I'm not a doctor, but we want to make sure that we share this information. If you're pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition, please consult your healthcare provider before using any nutritional supplements. And the things that we're going to show you, the individual results may vary. So we're going to go back to the fundamentals again. Do you know your blood type? You already just said it. Your blood type is a reliable measure of your identity. Is a more reliable measure of your identity than race, culture, or geography. It's a genetic blueprint of who you are and a guide to how you can live most healthfully. I'm going to use that as our foundation. 2, we're going to learn what's best for you. We talked about those charts a little bit. We talked about foods that's going to help heal you and foods that's going to cause inflammation and cause issues in your system. So we're going to get knowledge and information into your hands. And we're going to show you the options that's going to be best working with your coach, that's working with the person that invited you here, and we're going to show you how to get to the options that's going to be work best for you based on what your individual goals are. So one of the products that we've developed in our company is innovative and on the front line of creating products and supplements that deal with these issues that we just talked about. We're talking about we have two options. We have option A, option one, and we have option number two. And within both options pretty much the same. The only difference within those two options is the blood type kit. And we put this package together as kind of an introduction so that we can start sharing with you the concept of identifying what your blood type is and identifying some products that will help kickstart the cleansing of your colon and your blood. So we put together a package. Option one it includes the blood type test. It includes some natural bitters. It has a detoxification meal plan. It has a sample of our meal replacement product, which is called the Flat Belly Fuel. And we have the individual blood type testing kit where you see in the screen right there, that red and white package is the blood type testing kit. It's a very simple process where you kind of poke yourself, draw a drop of blood, and you're going to be able to identify your blood type. And there's really no difference between option one and option two, except if you already know your blood type and you don't need the blood type kit, it's excluded in option two. But as a recommendation, as a best practice, I would say I would recommend that you get option number one so that you can have the blood type test kit on hand. Because if you have a family member or a friend who doesn't know what their blood type is, you can share with them the kit and help them get that information. Because we just went through the value of knowing that. So within this package, we're going to show you the value of detoxifying your blood cells. Because with the bitters product, it will help you boost your digestion by stimulating the production of digestive enzymes, bile and stomach acid, which is essential for processing your food. It's going to help you regulate your appetite. It's going to reduce those sugar and salt cravings for unhealthy foods. It's going to help support the detoxification of your liver. We're talking about that fatty liver syndrome. It's going to eliminate fat-soluble toxins from your digestive system. It's going to alkalize your body. You know, your body's either going to be in one or two states. It's going to be either acidic or alkaline, and your natural state, the most healthy state for your body to be, is in an alkaline state. So you want to move it from acidic to alkaline, and this product will help do that. And it's going to help improve that microbiome, that gut that we were just talking about, where so many of the systems interact to process food, to nourish your body. We want to promote a healthy gut biome. So we also know in addition to the bitters in that package, we have what's called the Flat Belly Fuel. And we are so proud of this product. It's relatively new to the market, but it's just selling off the shelf. And it's designed to include the 5 key areas that we just identified: blood type support, antioxidant protection, omega fatty acids that protect the gut and microbiome and eliminate parasites. All of this is combined in the ingredients of our Flat Belly Fusion Fuel protein replacement product. And that's included in the package. So we also have a personalized wellness plan for your blood type. And within that kit, there's a certificate where you can take our online quiz and determine what the best plan is for you. I talked about that quiz earlier. The person who invited you here will get you to that quiz and get you some tremendous information. So we have what's also called the 7-day refresh. So this system is designed to takes it to the next level than the bitters process. This is a 7-day process that helps cleanse your digestive system, boost energy, and the average results that we've been getting is anywhere between 8 to 10 pounds, people losing 8 to 10 pounds utilizing this protocol. This protocol is absolutely effective. It has 3 basic products. It has the purifier, which helps clean. It's a liquid colonic that helps cleanse your system. It has the second product is called the eliminator. It removes parasites. It removes mucus from your system. And the third product is called the regenerator, which is designed to restore your body with superfoods, fiber, and probiotics. And again, it has the QR code where you can download your personalized 21-day regimen and your personalized 21-day plan. So if you look at the picture that on the screen here, you can see the difference between day 1 and day 7, where this person dropped 10 pounds of waste in 7 days. We're not talking about going to the gym and working out and sweating the pounds off. We're talking about a change in your diet over 7 days that eliminated 7 pounds of waste internally. And you can't, it's just hard to describe, the benefits of having that waste eliminated from your system. Because guess what? If it's not eliminated from your body, it's being recirculated through your bloodstream hundreds of times a minute, because that's how our body works. So you want to get that out and you'll start feeling more energized and refreshed. Now, we also have a 21-day protocol. So we showed you how to do it for 7 days, but if you want to take it to the next level, we have a 21-day reset. And this program is basically the same program, but you're going to extend it out 2 more weeks, and you're going to achieve an even more significant result. You can look at the example of Billy. He dropped 30 pounds of waste in 21 days. And you can see where the waste is concentrated, right in his gut, right where we were just talking about, which is the center of his body. And after 21 days, you can see he almost has a 6-pack. He got a little definition going on there. So, now, one of the things about this, it's very effective, but you got to have some discipline. But guess what? You're going to be disciplined one way or the other. You either take control of your system and your body now while you have the ability, or guess what? If Billy were to continue on with that protruding gut, with that waste in his system, guess what? It's not going to end well for him. Over time, his body is going to break down, and he's probably going to end up with some type of metabolic disease or end up in the hospital. So we don't want that to happen. We want to educate our people that there is another way, and you don't have to go to drugs. You don't have to have all of these chemicals that they're telling that you have to have, but there is a natural way. And option 3 is you can actually work with our system and become what's called a wellness influencer or a certified coach. We're going to be able to show you how you can gain access to all these systems, and we're going to attach a earning component to it where you're going to be able to earn 20 to 40% off of the distribution and movement of the product. Now, I'm coming up to my favorite screen of this whole presentation. My favorite slide is the results that these 3 tremendous ladies have had. Starting with Ernestine Davis, who is 64 years young. And as you can see, she switched her diet to foods that are tailored to her blood type. She's lost belly fat, improved her digestion, and she's achieved a top 5. She's a top 5 finisher in the bikini contest at the age of 63 years young. And she's taught that system and protocol to her proteges, Karen Carruthers and Yakima Palmer. And as you can see on this magazine cover, you can see the results of eating to your blood type and utilizing our system. So good job, ladies. So Tanisha P., she was down 15 pounds in 21 days. As you can see, centered around the midsection, you can see the results. this example right here, day 1, day 21, you can see the obvious results where she had a protruding stomach and now it's starting to slim down, all as a result of utilizing our protocol. And you have even more results. You've got stomachs being pulled in, you've got chests being poked out. It's just amazing. And I just coached a class right around the new year. Everyone's looking to do better and clean up their diet around the first of the year. I coached a class of about maybe 10 people, and the results are very consistent. 8 to 10 pounds in 7 days, 10 to 15 over 21 days. And people's energy level has gone up. They're feeling better. They're eating better, and they're glad that they discipline themselves now while it's in their control versus having to concede control over to a doctor and having to deal with it through pharmaceuticals. And Yvette, she had such good results. She even wrote a book about it, her 100-day journey to better health. And you can see she's had some obvious results, again, centered right around that midsection. So we're talking about products, we're talking about protocol. It says coming soon here, but I've got to update my slide. We're in February. Our product, Hemp Govee, is available now. It is a tremendous game-changing product. It's a play on the word of a popular chemical-based diet product that people have to inject. And our product is not an injectable. It's actually a powder that you can utilize with liquid. It will burn fat naturally. It will boost your metabolism. It will curb your appetite. It'll support digestive health, and it'll promote overall balance within your system. It's hemp-derived. Cannabinoids reduce stress and mood regulation. And tell you, this product, I've got mine on order. It's coming in right now, and it's going to revolutionize the health and wellness industry. And it's exclusive to Akana. So when we're talking about Akana, we're going to do a slight shift a little bit, and because we talked about Hemp Govee, and hemp is another term for cannabis, but we're talking about the side of cannabis that gets you healthy and not high. And when I was introduced to the company and they told me that they were a wellness company with cannabis products, I was intrigued because I knew that there are health benefits to cannabis and to hemp that are being underplayed in society, and that the impact of this product can have such a great effect on society. It can lower stomach acid. It'll help reduce inflammation. It'll reduce your sensitivity to digestive issues. And there's just so many positive benefits to integrating the proper use of cannabis and CBD products into your diet that we've got to get this message out. And it's been so much disinformation out there. And then you look at it from a business perspective, the regulations have been relaxed, and it allows us to take advantage of a more open market with our product line. So just a little bit of science behind it. The endocannabinoid system is a system within multiple systems within our body. Our body is very receptive to the cannabis product, and it's unlike pharmaceuticals that just target one area. Our products and the process impacts multiple organs within your body, and your body is designed through this ECS system to react to it. That's why it promotes such a feeling of well-being and health, because your body needs this. So there is a difference. We promote the CBD side of it, which again is the healthy, not high side. And what is TCA? It's the raw THC that, as long as you don't heat it, you're going to experience the health side of it and not the high side of it. But if you heat it, either through fire or through some other form of heat, then it does activate the psychoactive component, and you're going to feel that extra feeling of elevation. And based on your dosage, you should be okay. And again, we have a wide variety of CBD products, and we formulate our products at a very high level. And our research and development unit is always thinking of new products, just like hemp Govee, and we're always going to be at the cutting edge of nutrition and product formulation. Again, we're talking about the THCA through the raw cannabis products that we have. And again, these products deal with issues like arthritis, autoimmune disorder. They're anti-inflammatory, they're neuroprotective. They have positive effects on MS, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, chronic pain, and cancer. And again, these statements haven't been evaluated by the FDA, and they're not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure or prevent any disease. But we have actual results, and we're very pleased with what we're seeing. We have a product called RSO Concentrate, Rick Simpson Oil. Again, another product that's derived from the hemp plant that has tremendous impact and tremendous effect. Pain, anxiety, sleep, Parkinson's, anti-inflammatory, stimulate appetite, neurological, antioxidant, all the things that we need are packaged within these products. And number 4, we have the ability to transfer your diet and improve your health. We have materials. We have this tremendous chart that you'll be able to have access to. Get with the person who invited you here today, and they will be able to get you this information. So our goal, number 5, is to break the cycle of generational illness. Again, knowledge, information. Our people perish. Literally, people are dying because they do not have this information. And we talked about our corporate mission to be able to go out and impact people across the world, across the country, soon to be the world. Our company right now is in the United States, but we're going to be going global. Just imagine the impact that this is going to have when we go international, be able to share this information. We have the ability to perform a comprehensive test, which has a value of well over $1,000. And we're going to be able to do the omega testing, omega-3 panel testing. We're going to be able to do gut health testing. We're going to be able to check your vitamins and your minerals. And we have the ability to do an assessment of your heart, liver, and kidneys. That service itself is way over $1,000 value. And guess what? We're going to be able to offer it at nowhere near $1,000. And as a bioscan coach, the services that I offer, I'm going to tell you, $189 is a bargain. So we also have the ability to enroll those products in auto ship. Look, the products like the protein, the hemp Govee, the organic coffee, the things that we have available, you don't want to run out of those things. You want to have them on hand all the time. And we have a process where you can get them shipped to you every month consistently, and you'll never run out. Again, we have a diverse product line. We have over 70 different products, and we pride ourselves on being state-of-the-art and on the front edge of technology. So I'm going to stop here for a minute, and I'm going to introduce my business partner, CC, and she's a product of the product, and I want her to just take a moment to give her testimony on her journey with Akana and her experience with our product line. CC, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, Mike, so much. Please excuse the background if you hear my grandkids in the background. But I am grateful to the Lord for introducing me to Akana because it was something that I was praying about. Um, I was suffering with joint pain, and then found out December 2018 that I had breast cancer, and started my regimen with the chemo, and then the double mastectomy, and then my radiation. During this journey, after taking all of the chemotherapy, I actually started feeling my joint pain come back, because once you take the chemotherapy, it takes away all pain. So after the chemotherapy, my joint pain started coming back, and literally I couldn't wash my back. Um, I couldn't stand up from getting out of a chair straight. My beautician, she was surprised and shocked. She couldn't believe it. I couldn't take a road trip with my girlfriends because of the process of not being able to ride without having to stop like every 30 minutes to an hour. So it was tremendous, tremendous pain. One day, Mike, my business partner, he not only is my business partner, but a previous supervisor. So he approached me on Facebook one day and asked me if I would be interested in um, looking at 3 videos. And so because I trusted him, I knew him, I did. I went ahead and looked at the videos. During the process of having my joint pain, I had been praying, number one, that God would take me off of the medication that the doctors had given me for the joint pain, which is called methotrexate. The doctor told me at that time of giving it to me, he said, first of all, this is an option. Do you want to? Would you like to try it? And I did. And so my mind kept telling me that I wasn't supposed to be on this for the rest of my life, but he told me that I could stay on it for as long as I wanted to. And so I kept praying and asking the Lord to actually find a way for me to come off of it. When Mike showed me those videos, which is basically of the products that you saw here, I was all for it. I actually joined the business and I started using the products right away. The first product that I used was the 7-day flat belly cleanse. Well, our sponsor, Phyllis Nash, she told me that because of the chemotherapy that I had taken, I needed to do the 21-day cleanse. And I told her that I couldn't. I told her that I don't think I could. And so she said, well, CC, if you say you can't, then you won't. And so I started the 7-day cleanse. So I stopped taking my methotrexate, which is again for rheumatoid arthritis, because I was about to take the cleanse. And keep in mind, the doctor gave it to me as a choice, not mandatory or a requirement. So I actually stopped taking the medication because I would take 7 pills every 7 days. So I hadn't had medication for 7 days and it was time to take it. So instead of taking it, I started the cleanse. And normally after 7 days, I need my next dose because that pain is going to come right back. And so within 3 days of taking the 7-day cleanse, I had no pain. And I thought to myself, I was like, in 3 days of taking a 7-day cleanse, no pain, I have to go all the way. And so I called Mike, my sponsor, my business partner. I said, hey, I need the 2 other packets to get me through a 21-day cleanse because I already had the 7-day. And oh my goodness, I have been just sharing my testimony with everybody because I want everybody to be able to be pain free as possible. No pain in my fingers. I'm I'm able to take care of my grandkids without being in pain. Just so much more of all the other products that I'm actually doing. I'm doing the flat belly fuel. I got it on auto ship. I'm taking the CBD tinctures that help me with the management of my pain because believe me, it didn't go away just like that. I have to have a I had to have a maintenance and the CBD on a daily basis is my maintenance plan. So I just praise God for sending me the resource for my pain.
Wow. Thank you, CC. That was a phenomenal, phenomenal testimony. You're a glam mom, you're an accountant, you're a business owner, and your testimony is going to help a lot of people and has helped a lot of people over the time that you've been connected with us. And we just thank you for being transparent with us, and it takes a lot of courage. So thank you. So I'm going to jump back to the presentation and finish this out. Let's see. All right. So we talked about option one with the support kit. Oh, let me see. Okay, we talked about that. Okay, so we talked about, becoming an influencer and a coach, where you're going to be able to earn some commissions on your product line. And one of the options is becoming an influencer. And as you know, in this culture, in this society we are now, business is different. And you can literally transform overnight. And the influencer movement, these are two examples. A young lady named Stormy Steele, she is an influencer on TikTok, and she was the first person to sell over $1 million in one session. And then this other person, Lee Jackie, he achieved over 1.7 billion in sales in 12 hours in China. So this is just an example of what can happen as a result of tapping into some of the marketing systems that are available today. And this is what we're teaching in our system. Because it is a game changer. We're showing you how influencers hold the power to shape brand perception, drive sales, create personal connections, and if we ignore it, we fall the risk of falling behind. And we're not going to fall behind. We're right there on the cutting edge of the products, and we're right there on the cutting edge of the marketing piece. Again, we know that the trend is booming. Viral trends like TikTok made me buy it. They've shaped consumer buying habits. Our company slogan is $1 billion big. And guess what? In these days and times, that is not a pipe dream. That is something that's going to happen. And the influencer market is currently at 33 billion globally, and it's projected to reach 107 to 190 billion within the next 6 to 7 years. So the influencer pack, how do you get introduced to that world of being an influencer? Well, one is you can purchase one of these influencer packs, which gets you a sampling of the product line with the protein and the flat belly system for $3.99. And it gives you access to the system, but it also gives you access to the training to how to develop your own influencer business model. So we're going to show you how to do that. And then what attracted me to the business was this coaching component. I wanted to learn how to be a coach. And because of the training that I received through Akana, I am now a certified wellness coach. And I'm expanding my business to corporate wellness, and I owe it all to Akana. And it's just a good fit, and it's a good way to develop your business by expanding out. The coaches pack gives you the ability to get more product that you can utilize, and the more product that if you want to sell it, you can sell it and recoup your investment. But again, it puts you in line to get the training. I was listening to one of the congresswomen the other night talking about some of the things that's going on in the society today with the massive layoffs that's happening at the federal level. She said, because of these massive changes that's happening in our society, it's pushing the country into recession. It's just a matter of time. She said, you need to have something outside of your job. So you need to develop some level of training and a level of expertise outside of what you do in your job so that you can take advantage of the tremendous opportunities in the health and wellness market, and to protect yourself against some of these travesties that's happening out here in the job world, with some of these massive cuts that's happening with no rhyme or reason, without any compassion. Worst of all, no compassion. So this is an opportunity for you to develop a professional level skill set outside of a job, if you feel that that's something that would fit. And based on what the signs are, this is something you should consider very seriously. So we said the name of this presentation is Blood Types and Blue Zones. Just real quick about a blue zone. A blue zone is, there are 6 areas in the world that people eat, where they live to be over 100 more frequently than any other place. And as you can see, Japan is one of them. We talked about Japan earlier. And within the Blue Zone culture, there are some basic premises that support living in the Blue Zone. You know, how to live with purpose, how to eat less meat, you know, enjoy a glass of wine, you know, enjoy your family, eat less, only eat 80% of what's on your plate, or eat until you're only 80% full. Get that movement going into your system. Find the right tribe. Accounting is not only is a tremendous corporate entity, it's a culture, it's a movement. And the people that I just saw on the screen were part of a culture that are moving together with a common goal and belonging to a faith-based community, something that helps promote longevity. So let's talk about some of the numbers and what we're trying to do. You know, our goal corporately is to impact 1.5% of the people in the United States. And what that means, that narrows down to about 5 million people who we feel that's within our reach right now. And if we combine that to put some numbers to that, that equates to about $50 million in sales. So look, the market is there. And even if we reduce that to use the 80-20 rule and say that, hey, 80% of the people say this is not for me, you're still going to have a huge market of people to work with. And guys, all you got to do is just look around and see the issues that we're having. There are dialysis clinics on every corner. People every day are contracting issues, and we have, and you heard CC's testimony. You know, she contracted a situation and she's now battling it, not through pharmaceutics, but through what God gave us to work with. So we have a message and we have the ability to share it. And this is some of the numbers that we're looking at right now. When you're looking at a company, so we're kind of shifting a little bit from the products. We have the products. We looked at the problem. We saw what's going on in society. We see the health issues. We see how it's manifesting. We all have our own personal stories of what's going on with our family and our friends. We see it every day. We just looked at the product line that we now have to offer our friends and family as a solution, as an option to some of the pharmaceutical solutions that are being presented to them by doctors in healthcare. One of the things that you don't want to do if you can avoid it is going to the hospital. Preventative medicine, preventative care is what we advocate. Take care of it before someone has to take care of it for you. So now we're looking at it from a different slant, slightly from a business perspective. Our company is in a pioneering formulation stage. We're less than 100,000 representatives in our company, and we're moving very rapidly toward momentum. When we hit momentum, boom, it takes off, and you can see what happens, that there's going to be a increment, not incremental, but a multiplication of effort and a multiplication of results. And that's where you want to be. You want to get in on that S curve, and you want to jump on that momentum rocket, and you want to ride it. So what did Harvard Business School say about a company that fits our profile? 90% of these types of companies fail within the first 18 months. We're going into our 6th year. So we've passed the test. We've passed that zone where companies kind of falter and fall by the wayside. And we are moving into that momentum stage very rapidly. And according to Harvard, again, if a company has less than 500,000 people, it's a great opportunity. If it's less than 100,000 people, it's the opportunity of a lifetime. So between what we just looked at with the market, what we just looked at with the product line, what we just looked at the positioning of the company, guess what? We feel that this is the opportunity of a lifetime. So I'm going to stop sharing. And that basically is our business model, a condensed version of our business model, because actually there's so much that I did not get into with you. Conceptually, you see how we operate, but get back with the person who invited you here to talk about the money. You know, there's a financial benefit by getting these products and these services to the marketplace. We talked about it's a $1 billion industry. That's why pharmaceutics are where they are. They're addressing the same issues we talked about, but they're addressing it in a different way. If we come at it from a different perspective, how many people would love to get off of narcotics and pharmaceuticals and have a more natural way of life? How many people would like to change the way that they eat and to change that they change their lifestyle to be able to be more holistic and to be more healthy, to live longer, and to live in that blue zone, to create that blue zone in their home? How do you create a blue zone country? You start with a blue zone household. Teach your family how to eat right. Teach your family how to eat 80% less. How to teach your family how to drink more water. You teach them how to detoxify their body. Then you teach the community, and then the community grows into a country. So we're on a mission, and get back with the person that'll be able to break down some of the mechanics of, if I become an influencer, if I become a representative of this company, what's the profit potential in doing this? And they'll be able to break it down, show you how to get started. One of the best types of businesses that you can create is a home-based business. The government will help subsidize your business, will help get you started, and put you in position to go into profit mode. Low overhead, high opportunity, profit mode. All you have to do is look around and see what's happening across the country. Get yourself in a position to protect you and your family. Develop that multiple streams of income, that secondary level of income, and help a lot of people along the way. So I think I went a little bit over time today, but I think hearing testimonies and getting this information out was worth it. I thank you for indulging me. Thank you for staying with us. And I'm going to stop sharing the.
Don't
Mike,
do it yet, Mike. Don't do it
before you
yet.
go, I have something to say too.
Okay, go ahead, CC.
I want to just thank my guests for coming in, Miss Vanessa Hobson, Miss Jacqueline Smith, and Antoinette Wilson. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I'd like to thank Beverly Moore for showing up. She actually just completed a 7-day, and I'm so proud of her. She has some tremendous results, and I've been bragging on her all across the country. So I'm so excited that she sat in on our presentation today. And to our guests, we thank you